alleged to have been having a particular, who was armed at some point, and we have him currently in custody here. So as we speak, we have 3 suspected organizers of irregular migration route that are currently in custody in Tangier here, and their cases will be taken for prosecution. The man that was claimed to have been armed will be handed over to the Gambia Police Force, as it is their mandate to decide whether the arm being used was genuine or not, and what exactly could have been charges of criminal offenses made by those particular individuals. At the level of GID, we've already finished our investigations to confirm how they were able to recruit the migrants and also harbor them in a particular place. And at this point, we'll hand over the case to the Gambia Police Force for necessary actions. And then, looking at all these particular numbers we've discussed, they all occurred within the course of October, coming down to the 2nd of November 2025. Now, by aggregation, I will give you a cumulative number of what we're able to intercept over the course of this past month. Now, from January coming down to November 2nd, when we put all our interceptions together, we were able to have an interception of 535 Gambians within these interceptions. 921 Senegalese were found within these interceptions. 485 of them were also found to be Guineans, and we have 100 of them that fall under other nationalities within the Gambia. Among them also, we had 21 pregnant women that were also taking this migration route to travel from the Gambia into the Canary Islands. We've also had, in different cases, close to 70 minors that are children below the age of 18 that were also involved in most of these migration cases. Now, overall, if we look at the gender aggregation, we realize that out of the number that we have intercepted, which included 2,041 migrants over the course of this year from January down to November today, GID was able to intercept 2,041 migrants that were taking the migration route within the country. Some of them used the country as a transit point, others who are recruited within the Gambia here to also undertake this particular journey. And out of this number, 1,693 are male, 348 of them are female, 77 of them are minors, and 21 of them are pregnant women found in this particular case. Now, as we continue our efforts, we are now in the month of November going down to December, and we've also realized that it is a peak period where most migrants are also trying to leverage upon to travel out of this country. The GID, as we speak, is focused more on disrupting these movements than waiting until they board the vehicles to travel out of the country. And as a result, most of our engagements over the past months are fueled at the very beginning when they try to recruit them together, or they have been harbored in a particular compound, or they're trying to move from one place to a different place to be able to meet up with the organizers. We want to again recommit ourselves to engaging with the communities, receiving intelligence from most of these people, as most of our efforts are intelligence-based. We are not able to be in every corner, every nook and cranny of this country. So it is only people that can also give us information that we can work upon to make these interceptions. If you have also been following the media, there had been reports of many missing boats within the seas. And most of these are claimed to have traveled out of the country, going down to Senegal and into Mauritania. While we are not able to verify their departure points at this point, we also want to see it as an alarm that with all these things we have achieved, there are still boats moving. And most of these movements are known by Gambian citizens in communities, in compounds, and coastal belts. It becomes their duty to be able to communicate with the GID staff and engage us in the earliest possible time so we can also intercept most of these cases. We also want to appreciate the work of the Border Patrol Unit and the Migration Management Unit of GID over the course of this month. When we are sleeping at our comfort zones, even at night, they're always available, making sure that migration routes are fueled at the very beginning. We also want to express our gratitude to the GID Command, who have also been there to boost up the morale of the staff and also promote their engagement into this irregular migration route. The GID is not against migration, as it is a right upon every citizen, upon every person within a country. But we stand firm, sternly, to fight against irregular migration route because it compromises our border engagement efforts. It is against our Immigration Act for you to travel without regularized entry points of this particular country. And as a result, we want to advocate for safe, orderly, and regular migration route. So if there are claims that we are more focused on intercepting them, we want to save lives and also protect the Gambia's integrity and border management efforts. Thus, we call upon everybody to support the GID in its effort towards this particular activity. We would allow the Commissioner of the Migration Management to also share a few highlights before we would take questions and answers from the media personnel as well. Well,
the beginning of the year up to the today's very date. As he rightly said, we, 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 we seek the cooperation of the communities, all the relevant stakeholders, and other security agencies that we work with in terms of migration management and border governance. And then I wouldn't have much to say. Already Seaman have exhausted everything, but I will also want to throw a bit on the area of gender in migration. We have seen that the number of women that are taking this route, dangerous route, is in increase. And then looking at the vulnerability of women and children, we seek the support of the community in managing migration and border governance in the Gambia. On that note, I wouldn't have much to say, but I would thank the media here that are with us, that help us to spread this message across, which is also very important because for you to be able to protect or prevent a particular crime, you must be aware of maybe the risks and the impact that is attached to it. And we have seen the havoc, the disaster, the danger that irregular migration have posed to the socio-economic development of this country, and taking the cream of our society, which are the youths. Then it used to be youths of male category, but now we have seen our female colleagues that are into this, and even pregnant women that are more vulnerable even at home, talk less of at the sea. So on that note, we call on all the stakeholders, and then we will want to also reaffirm the general public and then the public that GID reaffirms its commitment to interagency cooperation, coordination, and collaboration for effective and efficient border governance and migration management in the Gambia. On that note, I thank you all very much.
Martin.